Well, we don't know if we're live yet or not, but hello. If you guys see us, give us a comment, please. We have one device telling us one thing, and we have another device telling us another. So if you're out there and you see us, we'd love for you to just at least say something so we know we're live. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube live. Alex and I are a bit rusty on YouTube, but we're so familiar with doing Facebook Lives. So I should tell you, I'm Karen Bochicas with Karen's Stamping Place, and this is my assistant Alex with the phone hanging out her ear.
Hi! Trying to see where it picked us up at.
We love doing our Facebooks and Lives together. Once in a great while you'll see me doing something on my own, but it's a lot of fun having her here. And that way, you know, we just don't feel so alone. Okay, yay, hello everybody. All right, we're gonna talk to you first about bonus days. So I want y'all to remember that bonus days are here. If you spend $50 right now and through August 3rd, you'll receive a $5 coupon. Okay, so just remember that, and then make sure you look in your email and find that email. You may want to print it out so you've got that code. Okay, next we have our paper pumpkin, which is an all-inclusive kit. Basic, it's pretty much an all-inclusive kit. What's wrong?
No, I was just wondering, do you want them to see this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. So yeah, I'm having her go down so that you guys can see the picture. Okay. So yeah, it's basically an all-inclusive kit. You might need some snail or Stampin' Seal, or but that's about the only thing. When it's your first time, you get your own block, and then it has the stamps, it has an ink spot, it has all the things you need to
Blue
create.
dots, dimensionals, right?
So the next thing I wanted to say, if you want to place an order with me, please use this host code right now. This is my latest host code for this month. If your order is over $150, please don't use my host code. Please go in and receive the host benefits for yourself. And if you need help with that, please let me know. I would love to help you. This is our new holiday catalog that will go live August 4th.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait. I've ordered stuff, but I haven't even played with it yet. We've been so focused on this annual catalog that just came out. So I'm excited though that they're giving us an extra month to do holiday things. I'm really excited. So what I was gonna say is, if you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, please feel free to text me, message me, whatever, email me, and I'll be more than happy to get a catalog in the mail to you or run it to your house or whatever I need to do. If you live far away though, I'll have to mail it.
No house calls.
No house calls. Okay, so this is the fun shaker card we are going to make tonight. It's so stinking cute. It has a little, I don't know if you guys can see that. The paper has a crab.
I love that.
And then a little crab over here walking off. And then a seashell over here. And so it makes the cutest little shaker card. I don't know why I said little. It's not little. Okay, so that's what we're going to make tonight. All right. So the first thing you are going to need, I used Pretty Peacock cardstock. So the first thing you're going to need is to cut your 8.5 by 11 at 5.5. Okay. I love this trimmer. It's amazing. It does everything I need. And right now I'm going to turn it so I can score it at 4 1/4. Okay, so the gray blade is your scoring blade.
Very important. You don't want to accidentally cut it.
Exactly. The black blade is your cutting blade. You don't ever, ever, ever want to cut it. And so see, that gives me a nice score. And then I can take my bone folder here, if I can find it. And I can just go ahead and crease it. And we're done. Okay, the next part is I'm going to take another piece of cardstock. This is crumb cake. And this one's already cut at 5.5, but I don't need it at 5.5. I'm actually going to cut this down from to 5 inches by 3 3/4.
Oh, okay.
That's what I needed.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh,
She
hi,
said it's
Susie.
a really cute card.
Oh, thank you. Then we need a piece of window acetate. I know you guys cannot see that. It's a window sheet. It's a piece of acetate, excuse me. Stampin' Up sells it. You get 2 pieces in a pack, and they're 12 by 12, and they come like this, with tissue in between to keep it
Protect
from
it.
scratching each other.
Because
I
it can
guess.
scratch.
Yes, it does scratch up. So I know I need this to be 3 inches, which it is because I cut one earlier,
Smart.
by a little bit. Let's do 4 1/4. And if I need to trim some off, then I can. Okay, so this is a little hard to cut with your blade, but that's okay. It cuts, if you're just slow and gentle, it will cut it just fine.
Does anyone have the new trimmer? Do they like the new trimmer?
Good question, Alex. Very good. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do, nope, don't get rid of the trimmer, is I'm going to take, now this is a scrap piece that I had just laying around that we punched something out of because the back side is so awesome. And I'll show you what we did with that card. So I'm going to take and just kind of, I need this to be 3 inches. So I'm just going to cut that piece off, and I think I'm just going to go with what I have here and go 3 inches. Now the other measurement, the top measurement, I cannot quite remember. So I'm just going to go with 4 1/2, and then if I need to cut it down some, I can do that. All right, there's that piece.
Cheryl's has one, Mom has one, and they both really love the new
Oh,
trimmer.
it's amazing. Okay, so now we're going to bring the big shot in. I love my trimmer. It works so nice.
Hey, the plate's here.
Yeah. So I want you to know I use the rectangle stitched framelits. Okay. And I'm using those two. So one, oh, I have the metric side up. I don't know why. That's crazy. So one is about 4 1/8 inches by 2 3/4. And then this one is 4 1/2 by 3 1/8. Okay. So I'm going to take those 2 dies, and I need to bring the big shot in. I don't want us to conk heads. We always tend to reach for stuff at the same time. Okay, I'm going to be so crooked there. Okay, go ahead. Lay it down. So what's really nice is I can cut both of these at one time, and I am using the precision plate. These are stitched, and the stitching goes on both sides, and it's very little. And earlier today, when I cut the other one, I did notice I had a little bit of trouble. So I thought I'm going to try the precision plate tonight. So I'm going to get this one lined up, and then I'm going to put the other die inside. Let's see if I can line that up so it's pretty even. And what happens when you do this is it creates a little frame. So I think that's pretty square as best as I can see. Now I'm going to use a Post-it note to hold it in place because I am on the precision plate and not the magnetic board. Oh, and look, I got a new cutting plate.
So could you, I know on the card you didn't add any stamped images, but you could, if you don't have the designer series paper and you have the stamp set, you could create a similar background piece with the stamps. And I was wondering if you have the designer series paper, can you add the stamps?
This is on the wrong side, and for some reason it is not wanting to feed through tonight. Let me switch this. Sorry. All right, what is the... Okay, so this is why we do things, so you don't have to. This is not wanting to feed through. We
I was
make the
getting
mistakes.
farther and farther away.
We make the mistakes, so you don't have to. So I know.
Oh, you're not. You're over.
Okay, but
you're
that's
not on. You're over the.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, but it's still. Okay, I see what she's saying. My precision plate is longer than my magnetic cutting board, and the precision plate is on
Did the
my.
white move? The white piece moved.
Okay, this does happen sometimes. All right, Alex, there are Post-it notes in front of you. Over there, I'll probably need to get another Post-it note since everything moved. I know, guys, you're off camera and you're not seeing what I'm doing. I'm repositioning.
That's a Post-it note.
I'm repositioning my dies.
They can see a little bit.
Okay, let me have that Post-it note,
Post-it note?
please. Find where the sticky is. Okay. You can't see that much, though.
No. That's
All
why
right.
I gave them a Post-it note to look at.
Okay. Why doesn't it want to scroll through? Okay.
Is it because the dies are this way and not this way?
I don't know. It's really funny. I need another Post-it note, please.
Post-it note.
Well, these things happen, you know, and it's good that it happens so that we can get you through this. For some reason, this precision plate is not wanting to go through tonight. So I am going to just go ahead and fuss with it on the magnetic plate, which I do need another cutting mat, if you would please. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all my lining up out here. For some reason, it's not wanting to stay. Okay. Let's look at it. Okay.
You know, I am excited about the new Big Shot.
I cannot wait. Demonstrators get to order it August 4th. And then customers get to start ordering it in September. Okay, let's try this out now. Okay, so my cutting plate is a little warped, but that's okay. Like I said, I got a new one for the top. Maybe that's the problem. It doesn't like my new cutting plate.
Maybe.
It's gonna snap, crackle, and pop. The other thing I was thinking is my granddaughter always plays with this one. Maybe she messed it up on me. I don't know. I have a couple Big Shots, so it's really not a problem if she did.
No, that is true. She does love putting stuff in the Big Shot.
She does. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. All right. Okay, so let's show you. Okay, I'm just trying to make everything straight so things aren't all curved on you. Couldn't think of the word I wanted to say. Okay, so I'm pulling this off gently because the problem I had is it didn't want to cut all the way through earlier, and pulling it off these stitched dies can be a bit tricky sometimes. So
It's like the stitch doesn't want to release it.
right. Okay.
I have the problem with the stitch nested dies.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get my snips because I can see on this side, like I said, I had trouble But I can see where it was supposed to be cut, so it's really not that big of a deal.
And what it didn't cut is
Just a little.
really small.
Just a little bit. That's why I wanted to try the precision plate, but that's okay.
The precision plate just wasn't feeling it tonight.
No, and sometimes this happens, you know. Sometimes you have areas, like my big shots are old, and they could be just getting to this point where they don't have pressure in certain areas, and who knows. Okay, so I have this on here. I'm going to grab my sheet of acetate. She's moving the Post-it
I
notes.
was trying to be stealth about it.
Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue dots, and I'm going to put a glue dot in each corner to hold that acetate down, or window sheet, I guess I should call it, because that's what we have, our window sheets.
Does anyone have the Well Done
Stamp
bundle?
set?
Yeah,
bundle?
stamp set bundle.
And have used it a lot.
Mm-hmm. It is one of my favorites. I have used it a lot.
Between Alex and I think we've overused. I think it's almost time to retire it and move on to something new.
No, the paper's so pretty.
It is. It is. I kind of want to go to an aquarium just so I can make a scrapbook. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I am putting a few glue dots around this. As you can see, I've probably put 4 down the sides and then 3. 3 across the top.
You're
And so that way, I know for a fact that it's going to stay. And so I'll just get this side really good and straight. Those glue dots are clinging to me. And then I can press down the rest. And that way I know we're straight. I'm gonna have Alex fiddle with that. It's a little wonky. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is do some stamping on this brown cardstock. And the brown cardstock is called Crumb Cake. Oh, I hate to mess up my pretty sheet, but I'm going to. Okay. So I'm just kind of stamping these little sand dots all up the side, not all the way to the top. And as I'm doing that, I'm kind of rotating it a bit so that it just gets big dots in one area, small dots in another. And then this will go all the way around. And I only need to do a little bit on the side because I know where my paper is going to sit. And that way I don't have to do any more to it. Now over here on this piece of paper, I want to take my Tombow and I'm going to just put some dots of glue, just little bitty dots. What I like to do when I make shaker cards is make sure that some of the, what do you need, honey?
Glue dot.
Some of the sequins are on there permanently. And that way, you know, when you shake it, it will shake, but then it will also have these wonderful glue dot sequins that are just in one place. And I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. Absolutely love my Take Your Pick tool. It works so well to pick up the sequins. Granted, I have to flip it. Yay, she got it. So I'm just gonna put these all over so that they can sit here and dry. while we do other things.
And it's like Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo,
I wanted one more.
Pacific Point. For the colors in there, they're so pretty.
And they also have one that looks like a seashell. I'll show you. Let's see, can you see that? Isn't that just the cutest? So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down also. I just want that to glue and set in its place while we do some other things. Okay, they're all down and they're all gonna glue. Drying. Oh man, my brain tonight. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is we've got my frame on here pretty well. Alex got it all fixed. So I want to take and run our foam adhesive strips. I was gonna say shaker card adhesive strips.
I know.
Oh man. Okay. So let's see, how can I show you guys? I'm gonna start at one edge and I'm gonna come all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut that off. Right even. Can you see that? Right even with the edge. Now I'm going to take the rest of it and I'm going to butt it right up against that piece that I just cut it off of. And then I'm going to just add it. Again, now I've got just a little piece left, so I'm going to cut that off. Now what I should have done, I knew I'd have to trim the acetate just a little bit, and I'm going to do that right now. I could have done it in my trimmer, but this is fine. Okay. All right, everything else looks good. I'm going to get another piece, and if everything goes right, I try to hold on to it so the tape doesn't come off the top of it, because it will. It has a habit of coming off the top. Okay, so I'm going to butt that right up against that one piece over here, so it's nice and tight. I'm going to walk it down. The nice thing, it's on acetate, so if you need to move it, lift it up and move it, you can. I'm going to cut that right off at the edge. And then I'm going to take this piece and put it right on the inside. Okay, and I'm going to give that a little snip down in there. And there, it's all the way down. And then this piece that I've left, I can put it right back on its sheet, and it'll be there for the next time. Okay, so that is all down the way I want it. So the next thing I like to do is put my sequins right on top. I'm not flipping my paper over. I'm going to put all of that right on top. Whoops. I think I got a few too many, so I'm going to take some out. And yes, it is sequins, remember, it makes a mess. But that's okay. We like messes. We're crafting.
Especially glittery messes.
Yeah, and we're crafting, of course. Right. Okay, so how are you guys liking this so far? I mean, I've had a little trouble tonight, but that's okay. You know, when you craft, you have trouble. And it's just a matter of fixing it and moving on. Okay, so here I'm going to take my frame and I'm going to get it right where I want it on my piece of Designer Series paper. Now, I forgot to stamp my sentiment in there. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, we'll just get a punch and we'll use a punch for the sentiment. But what do you think about that? Isn't that cute? Okay, so I had a couple sequins come through, so all I do is push them back in. I obviously did not get that down tight. Like I said, I'm working out the kinks, so when you go to make it, you'll say, oh, Karen had a problem there, I'll fix it. Okay, come on, sequin, get off of there. Okay, so I'm just gonna squish that a little bit more with my fingers because the sequin was wanting to come through. So I'll do that all over.
I like it.
I do too. Okay, I just forgot to do the well done. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now,
Cheryl says, very much, I wipe the paper with a dryer sheet or embossing pillow to help with controlling static.
absolutely, Cheryl, you can absolutely do that. Now I'm gonna just use a little bit of our liquid glue because that way I can get this into place the way I want.
You have a little bit more wiggle room than you do with the seal.
Oops. I forgot to trim it. I'm making all the mistakes tonight, right?
That's okay.
Okay.
I love this paper.
I'm going to lay this down. Thank you, Tombow. There we go. All right.
What punch were you thinking of?
I'm just using the Well Done, so probably like the Label Me Fancy or the label. See this one? This is where we use that piece of paper. We just took a bunch of scraps because that's what we have left. So I was just thinking maybe this punch. What do you think?
A punch? Okay.
Okay. And then while she's grabbing that punch for me, I'm going to show you something. We have a wonderful punch that comes with this bundle. It's a bundle, so you get the punch plus the stamp set if you order it that way. But
what whale do they want on there? The purple?
oh, I never thought to ask. I just was going for it.
You like that one?
I do. So I'm just going to cut this one and look at how well our punch fits on that. So yes, we have the whale stamp, but look at that. And then if I wanted to, I can give him a spout of water as well. So I'm actually going to put him a little high. Look at that. So cute. I'm looking for the glue dots. I think Miss Alex has them.
Maybe.
And I'm just gonna put, I'm out of screen anyways. I'm just gonna put a few glue dots on the back. Okay, put him down. And then I'm gonna take spout, the spray. Oh, I don't know what that's called. The
Water.
spray. Well, it is water, but what do you, stinker. What do you call the spray from the spout? Water. Stinker. Okay, so again, I'm gonna use my liquid glue on this just to adhere it down. And I know you guys are like, oh, she has that open container of sequins. I know. Well, it's making me nervous. I'm feeling like I'm gonna hit it and they're gonna go flying. And I think,
Love it.
oops, thank you, Tombow, for giving me that wiggle room. Okay.
Ooh, and you can see the crab.
You can see the crab above this. Look at guys. Can you see that crab? And then if I do this, can you see the crab? I love it. Okay. Now I'm gonna take and stamp the Well Done.
Okay.
But I've got so many over here.
I'm just taking the big pot.
Okay. And I'm gonna stamp that in basic black ink.
Making me
Okay.
nervous.
And one of the things with the photopolymer stamps is when you stamp them, if you just leave them sit there for a minute, you'll watch the ink transfer from the block onto the paper. And once it's done, you know, you just sit there for a minute. You just want to remove the stamp slowly, and that way you don't get those little wisps of ink that you sometimes get. I get them all the time because I'm in a big hurry all the time. I gotta learn to slow down. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for this,
I have not yet tried that, and I want to try.
ooh, you need to try it. I'm gonna move this way over here on one edge because I really wanted that sentiment inside. And then I'm just gonna cut a straight line right here.
Ooh.
I just really wanted that sentiment right there. And I'm afraid now that we have too much. No, I think that'll be okay.
I think that'll
Alright.
be okay.
So I'll just get a couple glue dots.
I don't have the glue dots.
I'm using glue dots a lot on this because we're working on the window sheets, and so just using yeah, other glues won't work as well as the glue dots. The glue dots are pretty strong on that. Okay, I think I have enough glue dots. Let's see. I'm gonna put it right there, and there you go. The well done shaker card.
I love it.
And all my mess. So I truly like the sentiment inside, but this one will do. It's just as good. I love them. They're fun. Look at, you can see the crab in the one. This one's kind of hard. I have to kind of set it to the other side. I don't know. I like them both.
Me too.
And like I said, then I was showing you earlier, I made this one, and then this is just out of the scrap, 1-inch scraps. I've got so many scrap pieces that I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with them, and so that just happened really fast.
Yeah, and it's a really good use up of all of your scraps because you can do a 1/2 inch.
Oh gosh.
3/4 of an inch. Yeah, you can mix and match them, and it will look really nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining us here tonight, and we will be back next Wednesday night with another fun project. So have a great evening, and we'll see you later.
Make sure to subscribe and turn your notification bell on so that you can get notified when we go live.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.